The hum of my computer was like white noise, familiar and constant. I sat there in my bedroom, the soft glow of my ring light casting shadows over my real face, hidden safely away from view. To my viewers, I wasn't Lana, I was Sakuralirius, a bubbly, larger-than-life anime character with violet eyes, pastel pink hair that sparkled, and a cute maid outfit with ribbons. My avatar blinked and smiled on screen, an image of perfect innocence and beauty, a shell that was everything I wasn't. I was Sakuralirius, the Vtuber, the face and voice that thousands of people adored. Through the miracle of my avatar software, every movement of my face and every shift in my expression translated to her, the anime girl that people came to watch. I didn't need to be anything but the voice behind her, no one cared about the real me. But then, it happened. I was laughing, leaning into my mic to respond to a particularly funny comment in chat, my avatar winking and nodding along with me, when I noticed something strange. The screen glitched for a second. Just a flicker. My heart skipped. I watched, willing the app to stay on, willing Sakuralirius to stay on the screen. But my avatar flickered, her smile dimmed, and suddenly, the screen went dark. Just like that, my digital mask dropped. I froze, staring into my own reflection on the screen, too stunned to comprehend what had happened. It was me, my real face, plastered there for all of them to see, the monitor casting an eerie light over every flaw, every tired line. And then the comments poured in, pouring like acid into my mind.
Who is this? This isn't Sakuralirius. What's going on?
Oh my god, she's real.
Thousands of comments, piling up in a crescendo of shock and confusion, each word digging into my skin, tearing down every last shred of the wall I'd spent years building between the real world and my virtual one. A lump formed in my throat, thick and suffocating, as the reality of my exposure crashed over me. I was me, not Sakuralirius. They could see me. The one thing I had never wanted. With a trembling hand, I ended the stream, the silence in my room suddenly loud, pounding in my ears. I shut my laptop, slumped back in my chair, feeling the weight of 3,000 prying eyes lingering in the room like ghosts. For a moment, I thought I heard whispers in the quiet, as if they hadn't left, as if they were still watching me. The messages started the next morning. The first was innocuous enough.
I saw you.
I shook it off as some kind of leftover anxiety, a bad dream or prank. But then another message buzzed through a few hours later.
You wore your hair down last night. It looked nice.
I nearly dropped my phone, staring at those words until they blurred. I had worn my hair down last night, the same way I always did when streaming behind the safety of my avatar. No one was supposed to see me, not even a glimpse of the real me, and yet. Here it was. A comment that told me someone had. The messages continued.
Nice sweatshirt, Lana. You look tired. You should get more sleep. Why are you hiding, Lana?
My hand tightened around my phone. That name, my real name. Only my closest friends even knew it, but here it was, typed out, chillingly personal. Somehow, someone knew who I was, the person beneath Sakuralirius. Each message felt like a nail driven deeper into my mind. I could feel their eyes crawling over me, even when I was alone in my room. After a few days, I stopped streaming, but the paranoia only worsened. I started to see shadows outside my window, hear faint laughter in the middle of the night. My friends and classmates didn't understand. They'd ask me to go out, to grab coffee, but I'd just stare at them, wondering if they were the ones behind the messages. If they were the ones who'd seen my face and betrayed me. I pushed everyone away, convinced that no one was safe, that no one could be trusted. Then came the weapons. A knife hidden in my bag, a screwdriver by my bedside. I checked the locks every night, slipping from room to room, obsessively making sure the windows were secure, setting up makeshift alarms. But every creak, every whisper felt like a confirmation of my worst fears. Even the glow of my avatar equipment on my desk felt like an accusing gaze, its silent presence a reminder of my failure to stay hidden. One night, after an hour of trying to stream again, I couldn't take the silence any longer. I was starving, hadn't eaten all day. My stomach churned, but the idea of going outside terrified me. Still, I had no choice. I'd run out of food, hadn't left the apartment in days. I decided I'd just slip out to the convenience store down the street, grab a snack, and get back before anyone could see me. The lights of the store were harsh and cold. Every step I took down the aisles, I felt the same prickle of dread on my neck. I moved quickly, grabbing a few things and avoiding eye contact with anyone. But then I heard it, footsteps coming closer, stopping right behind me. I froze. The world around me dimmed, sounds grew muffled, except for the rapid thud of my heartbeat. Slowly, I turned and saw a man staring at me, a slight smile on his face. The fluorescent lights made his features look sharp, eerie.
Hey,
He said, his voice soft.
do you need help with something?
But the words blurred in my mind, twisting, morphing into the familiar whispers, voices that knew too much. My fingers curled around the handle of the knife I'd stashed in my pocket. My vision swam, narrowing to that single point, him, staring at me, watching me like they all had. This stranger, this watcher, was too close. I couldn't let him get any closer. My hand moved on its own, the knife flashing in the harsh light. I felt resistance, then warmth. The man gasped, eyes wide with horror, and staggered back, clutching his side, blood pouring over his hands. I blinked, coming back to myself, and realized what I'd done. I fled. Somehow, I got home, locked the door, and stumbled to the bathroom. My hands were red, sticky with blood that wasn't mine. My own face stared back at me in the mirror, haunted, broken, as though some alien force had taken over my own mind. For a moment, I didn't recognize myself. The whispers returned, louder than ever. They know, they said. They saw what you did. You can't hide. I threw myself back, stumbling to the floor, my hands clamped over my ears. The messages, the voices, they'd been warnings all along. I was never safe, not from myself, not from the fractured mirror of my mind. I curled up, shaking, my breaths ragged, as the whispers turned to laughter, mocking, taunting. Hours passed, or maybe just minutes. A loud knock on my door jarred me out of the fog. It was the police. Of course it was. I barely moved as they broke down the door, their shouts a distant roar. I didn't fight, didn't speak, as they cuffed my wrists and led me down the stairs. My reflection flickered in the store windows as we passed, each glimpse showing a different face, mine, Sakura Lirius's, then mine again, staring back at me with eyes wide and empty. My phone buzzed one last time. The message was waiting when I glanced at the screen, the final cruel twist.
You'll always be seen now, Lana. You'll never be able to hide again.
As they took me away, the whispers followed. They were part of me, they were always there. And in my mind, I could see her, Sakura Lirius, smiling, perfect, a twisted reminder of the person I'd wanted to be. But she was gone now, and I was left alone, exposed to the world, forever haunted by the face I'd never be able to hide again.
Thank you for tuning in. Please leave a like, subscribe. I will see you again next week.